Hey everyone, this is my little speech on 401k plans. I'm always telling the younger crowd especially, the magic of the 401k if you start contributing early. The whole magic behind it is the compounding interest. That's why you want to contribute as much as you can, as early as you can, so your money works for you. If you wait too long, you can still right the ship, but it's much more difficult because you don't have as much money working for you. So I made this chart and to show you where you can be if you based on different contribution rates. So, and this is based on if you start contributing at age 18. And it shows you where you'll be at the age of 30, 40, 50, and 60. And these numbers I based off of a real conservative interest rate of 6%, because that's pretty much guaranteed, especially with stocks. You could end up earning a little more than that, but this is a pretty safe guaranteed bet. And these are the contribution amounts, 2,000, 4,000, and so on, up to 20,000. Now, in this year, the year 2019, the contribution limit has been raised to $19,000. And most employers are going to give you at least $1,000 in contribution, so that's why I put 20,000 up here to top it out. But let's just say, for instance, you're given $2,000 a year. By the age of 30, you'll have $33,740. You have $86,000 at the age of 40. You have $181,000 at the age of 50, and by the time you're 60, you have $351,901. Let's say you can really sacrifice and you're fortunate enough to give $10,000 a year starting at 18. Well, you'll have $168,700 at the age of 30. By the time you're 40, you have $433,000. You'll clear $900,000 at the age of 50, and then you have over $1.7 million at the age of 60. Well, now let's just go crazy, and let's just say somehow you're some tech genius at the age of 18 and you start earning enough to where you can contribute the maximum. You're contributing $19,000 and getting at least $1,000 from your employer for a $20,000 a year contribution. By the time you're 30, you'll have $337,000. When you're 40, you'll have $867,000. You have $1.8 million by the time you're 50, and then at the age of 60, you have $3.5 million. Now again, that's based on 6% interest rate. Now I will show you the power of the compounding in just these last two figures up here, because if you have $1,817,000 in your 401k at 50, and you're getting that based off contributing $20,000 a year, that means between the age of 50 and the age of 60, you're going to contribute a total of $200,000. You add that $200,000 to this figure that you have at 50, that takes that up to $2,017,000. But by the time you're 60, you have $3.5 million. That means you earned $1.5 million in interest on your money between the age of 50 and 60. So you contributed $200,000, but it made $1.5 million more than that in interest. So that just shows you start building up money, and then it starts working for you. Your money's making money. So also, again, so this is at 6% interest, and so if you earn 1 percentage point more at 7% interest, this figure turns into $4.6 million. So you'd earn an extra $1.1 million between the age of 18 and 60, just based on a 1 percentage point increase from 6 to 7%. So again, that's the magic of compounding. You got to start contributing early. Now, let's say you're given $6,000 a year from the age of 18 till the age of 60. You'll end up with $1,055,703 at the age of 60. Well, I try to tell people just to do a 2-year plan as early as they can. You know, let's say you're married, you have 2 incomes, you don't have any kids yet. Do a 2-year plan where one of you contributes the absolute maximum, and then you can survive off, you know, the rest of your income and your spouse's income. But one of you give the absolute maximum contribution, which, you know, if you're given $6,000, you're going to raise that to $20,000 a year, so you're given an extra $14,000 a year for 2 years. And I'm saying, you know, for example, at the age of 31 and the age of 32. Now, that extra $28,000 at the age of 31 and 32 will turn out to be another $147,000 in your 401k by the time you're 60. You add that to this, and that'll raise this to over $1.2 million. Again, that's the power of compounding. Now, let's say you didn't contribute like you should have. You can, when you turn 50, you can make catch-up contributions. That's an extra $6,000 a year above the $19,000 contribution limit. So that would take you to $25,000 a year that you can contribute. Well, the extra $6,000 a year between 50 and 60 at a 6% rate would be another $79,000 in your 401k. Or you could say that if you're given $25,000 a year between 50 and 60, that'll add up to an extra $329,000 in your 401k, which is pretty good. I mean, it's something, but I'll show you if you start early at the age of 18. If someone at the age of 18 just gives the absolute maximum amount, which would be $19,000, and then they have another $1,000 from their employer, that's $20,000. Now let's say they give that $20,000 at the age of 18, but then they turn 19 and they never give another dime to their 401k. And by the time they're 60, that'll be $231,000 at a 6% interest rate. But if you just one more percentage point to 7%, we'll take that to $342,000. And if they somehow manage to get 8% a year, that'll take that to over $500,000 by the time they're 60. So again, that shows, you know, the potential to take $20,000 and turn it to, you know, anywhere from $350,000 to $500,000 by the time you're 60. Again, that shows why you've got to give early on, and then the magic of the compounding will take care, and it'll take over. So anyways, that's my little spiel on 401ks.